How do I advertise a style, not a niche? I have a strong style, but not a niche. It makes my marketing quite difficult. I'd love tips on that. Okay. So I asked her for more detail. Said, Nick, I have a colorful style. I use a lot of impasto texture, etc. A lot of people recognize my style from afar, but I do all sorts of subjects, so I can't market like seascape urban, no niche. Okay. So you gave me your site here. Holly says, same. Okay. Let's talk about this for a second. I'm going to your site. I wanted to get a better look. First thing though, lead capture popped on me. I didn't like what I saw here. This is not following the best practice. I have to bring it up. I like the picture. That's really cool and personal. But you got to have a 20% coupon there. And I know some people are a little, hesitant to do that. I will fight this till the cows come home about the lead capture. This is the most important thing. Emails, capturing emails is the #1 metric of your business. Of course, sales is like, the high level metric. But after that, the number of emails you are capturing is the #1 metric. It tells me everything I need to know about your business and what direction it is going in. Now, the lead capture is extremely important because of all the different traffic sources that are coming to your site. The lead capture is the only way very early on to get an indication of the quality of that traffic and whether those people will ever buy. Now, the way you do that, is by giving them an incentive to buy, right? So when I go to levis.com, I just went there 2 weeks ago. I had to buy some jeans. First thing that happened, the thing popped up on me, gave me a 20% discount. I signed up for it. I bought jeans that day, right? I am not upset. I'm not all emotional that there is a pop-up or that it gave me a discount. I was extremely happy, joined their list, got my email, and they've been sending me emails every day for the last 2 weeks trying to get me to buy some more. And to be honest, I'm probably going to take them up on it. That's how it works. I'm not upset about it. It's all good. So the 20%, by giving a discount, somebody like myself who's looking at this is going, oh, wow, like, you know what? I'll do that. I might buy something here someday. I'm not sure, but hey, 20% off, I'll take it. I'm not just going to dismiss it. If I dismiss it, that likely means that I'm never going to buy anything and I don't even care. And that's why, the lead capture is more of it's kind of like a filter, and it gives you that indication of whether this person that's on your site is quality in any remote way, because a lot of people who sign up for your list and get that 20% off coupon, the vast majority are not going to redeem it. So it's not like you're giving away a bunch of money. Only a small percentage are actually going to use it. But that small percentage is significant. But it's more for the indication that your traffic is targeted and that your business is going in the right direction. So email is the #1 metric. So I can't leave this without pointing that out, because I'm not in your back end right now. I don't have time on this to go through your stats, but I'm concerned that you're not collecting a lot of emails every month. And if you go to your stats section, you'll see the quantity there, and that will tell me everything I need to know about the direction that your sales are headed in. So I highly recommend, getting this lead capture correct. Then you'll have really good percentages. And we just today released a conversion checklist document, and it addresses this exactly. So you should have at least 5% of your traffic sources, of each traffic source, if it's quality, should be signing up for your lead capture. If not, you're getting vanity traffic and it doesn't even matter. Okay, now that rant is done, I may end up referring to it later on in this video. Let's look at the art here. Really quality stuff. Wow, this is awesome. All right, I get a feel for your style here. I see what you are saying. Okay, so here's the problem. The problem is when I think about myself as an art consumer, and when I think about what I know about art consumers and art, you have to think about, okay, what do people hang on their wall at home and why, right? Like, there's a reason we see a lot of family photos on our walls, like why people do that. It's because we have an emotional connection with the subject matter. It's our family members. It makes us feel good. It's stuff like that. Pictures of our wedding, and then the periphery of the art that's on the walls is always, or it's generally, the vast majority is going to be stuff that we have an emotional connection with the subject matter, right? So when we seek out art, or when we're looking at art, we tend to try to find things that are going to have an emotional connection with us, because it's going to be on our wall for a long period of time. We're going to have to look at it for years. So, we better love it. It better stir something up within us that makes us feel good. That's a really good general way to think about it. So the problem that I have is when you talk about style rather than niche is, you got to think about your customer first, right? Like, what does your customer want? How are you going to attract them? If you are out there marketing a style, are there any art consumers that are just looking for a specific style that matches yours? Maybe there is. Maybe that applies in abstract, or like impressionism or something like that. But I think that's a lot harder to target than people looking for like a specific type of a subject matter, like a city or a location or a certain I think you get the point. If you had to do it, I don't know where to start with that. I got to be honest, because I'm just thinking about what the first thought in my head is, where do you find those people, right? You gotta target them somewhere. You gotta go to trade shows. You gotta go to, you gotta do art fairs. You've got to do, you might have to do some advertising online. You want to look for groups or forums online where these people congregate. Well, that's a harder thing, because are there a lot of people who, like when there's people who like the Beatles, for example, they tend to know other people who like the Beatles. And it's really easy, like the connection between those people and those groups is a lot easier. When you're talking just about a style, are there a lot of people that like congregate together in groups or in forums just about a style? I don't know that that's the case. So that makes it really hard. Yeah, I'd have to think more about this, but right off the bat, I think you got to go after specific subject matter, and then maybe, as a side strategy, go after a certain type of style. And then you got to really understand who your buyers are. Ask them a lot of questions. People that are signing up for your email list because of, your style. Find out a lot about them, right? Like, where do you hang out? Do you know other people who like the style? Is it just you? You'll understand when you start doing that research how hard it's going to be to target that group. Or maybe it's not. Who knows? Maybe you ask someone and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a member of a club of 30,000 people all across the US who love this style, and we comment on it all the time. And you're like, wow, okay, I'm going to go advertise to that group. I need to be introduced to this group. Maybe I'll do a promotion for that group. But ultimately, talking to the customer, finding that out, you're going to understand whether that's even a viable strategy. You can do that really fast before you spend a ton of time investing in it. And that's what I would do.